This is Emily and Bailey.
Now for the weather with Joe and Mason.
Okay, for VCast for Thursday is high 55, low 45, and rainy.
Friday, high of 50, low of 41, it's mostly cloudy.
For Saturday, high 50, low 41, and mostly sunny.
For Sunday, high of 55, low of 43, mostly sunny.
Thanks for the weather, guys. We'll be sure to wear our raincoats.
Now it's time for PSPN with Alyssa.
Welcome to PSPN Perry Sports Channel. Thursday, October 14th, we have a few games. Girls volleyball at Geneseo and boys soccer home against Geneseo. For Friday, October 15th, both modified soccer teams are home versus Pavilion. Also on Friday, girls soccer away versus Geneseo. On Saturday, October 16th, our cheerleading squad will be competing at Cheer for Charity. There's also a modified football game at Canisteo Greenwood. The modified volleyball team will have a tournament home against Letchworth, Warsaw, and Pavilion. There is also a volleyball game home versus Oakfield, Alabama.
Wow, I will be sure to attend those games. Congratulations to the winning teams of last week's games.
Now it's time for Around the Globe with Emily. I wonder what's happening in the world this week.
Woman 101 to become a U.S. citizen with the help of a 69-year-old document in Brownsville, Texas. Ms. Garcia Macheri has outlived two husbands, her children, and decades of bygone immigration laws. At 101, Macheri will become a U.S. citizen on the 101st anniversary of her crossing into the United States from Mexico. Toxic sludge spill could happen elsewhere, campaigners warn. Shocking safety lapses exposed by the deadly Hungary toxic sludge spill could be repeated at thousands of industrial sites around the world unless regulations are tightened dramatically, campaigners have warned. World's 3 richest women are Chinese. More than half of the world's self-made women are Chinese, thanks in large part to Mao and cheap child care, according to the Honran report, which compiles information on the wealthiest Chinese. Police, time running out in search of missing girl. Investigators pleaded Monday for swift public help in reconstructing events leading to the disappearance of a 12-year-old Hickory, North Carolina girl after casting doubt on her stepmother's story. This is what is happening around the globe. I am Emily, back to you.
Wow, thanks for that, Emily.
Now let's switch gears and take it upstairs to Emily, who is sitting down with doctors.
Hi, welcome to Inside the Hive, where we are interviewing today Dr. Soanes, the Director of Curriculum in our school. I guess we can skip the first question. How do you help the students?
I help the students mainly by working with the teachers. So we work on developing the curriculum, which is what you learn. We look at what students are strong and weak in, and then we help teachers target those skills.
What do you do over the summer when you don't have teachers to talk to?
What do I do over the summer? I'm actually very busy over the summer. Federal grants are due during the summer, so I am working on those. Actually, I see a lot of teachers during the summer because they come in and do professional development. They learn new technology. We work on more curriculum mapping, and I do a lot of the testing data. So all of the tests that everyone takes during the school year, all of that data comes back into the district, and then I look at it to see what we're doing well in and what areas we need to improve on.
So you help, like you had the people bring in the map testing, so you help with the map testing?
Yep. That was Mrs. Waite and I looked at that and thought that we would try it this year and see how it worked. Did you
Not
like
a
it?
lot of people like it.
No, I know. It's different. And we learned a few things the first time through, so we're going to try and make it better when you have to do it in January.
What things does the state education department have you do?
I fill out lots of reports for the state education department. We are working right now on what's called BEDS data. So they look at every teacher that's employed in New York State, what they teach, how many students they teach, what their salary is, what level of education they have, and then we have all the district data that's due. So we actually have to go through and count how many computers our school district has. We look at the different types of student breakdowns that we have. So it's just a lot of behind the scenes data collecting. And then we have lots of grant reports. So it's a lot of just reports that the state asks for. We fill in the data for them and send it off.
Do you have any other, do you do Busy Bees or anything?
I try to get to Busy Bees when I can. I usually don't make it very often. I have 2 daughters that are both very involved in sports, and so they need a lot of carpooling around to various practices and after-school activities. So I'm usually home on Busy Bee nights working with my daughters, but when I can, I get there.
If you weren't working at a school, what would be your first job choice?
Oh, when I was growing up, I wanted to be a concert pianist, and I actually have a bachelor's degree in piano. So I might have stayed in the music world, but I really like working at schools.
What was your favorite subject?
My favorite subject was social studies. I love learning about new people and different ways of thinking and history, and loved social studies. I had awesome social studies teachers. That made it a lot of fun.
What is your favorite book other than the social studies textbook?
Oh, I don't like any textbooks. It's hard to pick a favorite book, but if I had to, one of my favorites that I read fairly often is Anna Karenina. And then I love the Thursday Next series, which is this really funny, almost science fiction series where the characters and all the great books come to life and they hop in and out of books and cause mischief. And it's a little Monty Python humor, which you may or may not know, the TV show, but it's a great series of books, so that's right up there too.
And what age group would you recommend those things for?
Probably not until high school. Anna Karenina is just long. And Thursday Next series, the more background you have in the great works of literature, then the funnier the books are. So usually in high school is when you read all of those.
Nice. Thank you for letting us interview you.
You're welcome.
And that's it.
Hello, welcome to Classroom Chat, where we look at what's going on in our school. Last week was open house for the elementary school. Here was a sample of what the parents saw. Pre-K is doing sharing rainbow fish artwork. They are also doing counting trees and learning shapes by making collages. Each of their fish has shiny scales on them. Learn more to ask them about it. Kindergarten is doing Eric Carle paintings based on their stories. They are doing ladybugs, hermit crabs, spiders, and hungry caterpillars. Second grade, Ms. Sharing's class made some modern collages with primary colors. It's time for third grade artwork, and the third graders have been busy during the beginning of the school year. Ms. Bork's class made projects for Diamonds of Perry. They call it so good, and let's see what's it about. Ms. Schneider's third grade class did some paintings of some animals in a cool but funky way. In fourth grade, Ms. Conway's class took a trip. They drew some pictures and wrote a story about their imaginative trip. Ms. Honnett's class did pictures of themselves and cut out chips to match their face like the rest of the fourth grade did. And here's a question for you. Where in the world is Mr. Haynes? This is an ongoing theme Mr. Haynes has done in the past, trying to get students from the elementary to take interest in places from all over the world. Well, that's all for now. See you next week for another episode of Classroom Chat.
Well, it seems like we are out of time. This has been fun.
I am Bailey,
And I am Emily.
and this has been the Perry broadcast for October 14th, signing off. Goodbye.